All right, let's look at the homework 3.3, problem number 4. All right, so we want to find an equation of the tangent line to the curve y equals 1 plus sine of x over cosine of x at pi comma -1. All right, so let's do that. All right, so the point of tangency is already given, so we know x1 is pi and y1 is -1. So all we need is the slope m. All right, so let's find that. All right, we're going to take the derivative. All right, so using the quotient rule, square the bottom. So you have a cosine squared of x. All right, derivative top, derivative 1 is 0. Derivative sine is cosine of x. Multiply by the denominator cosine. So this is another cosine, so I'm going to write cosine squared. Minus, we have the top, which is 1 plus sine of x, and then multiply by derivative of the bottom. Derivative of bottom is a negative sine of x. Right? So let's clean it up a little bit here. So you have a negative sign and there's a negative sign, so I'm going to turn it into a positive sign there. All right, and then you're going to get this. You have a cosine squared of x. All right, then if you distribute the sine of x to a sine of x, you're going to get a sine squared, so plus sine squared of x. And then you distribute sine to 1, you're going to get the sine of x. So it's going to be plus sine of x, and the denominator looks really nice, so I'm just going to keep it cosine squared of x. All right, as we know that when you have cosine squared plus sine squared, this is going to give you 1, right? That's the most famous trig identity, right? So you have a 1 plus sine of x over cosine squared of x. All right, so if you want to find the slope m, all you have to do is look at y prime and then plug in x1, which is pi in this case. All right, so we're going to have 1 plus, all right, sine of pi is 0, so I'm going to just put 0. All right. And then cosine of pi is -1. So you have a -1, but you have to square that, so it's going to be +1. So it's going to be just going to be 1, right? So we have y minus y1, -1, so it's going to be +1, is equal to, and slope is 1, and you have x minus x1 is pi. So we can clean this up so 1 doesn't do anything, and we can just subtract 1 from both sides. So you have a y is equal to x minus pi minus 1. All right, let's type it in. All right, so we have, oh, actually we could have written in the other form. So y equals x minus pi minus 1. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.